This week's Batavia Daily News Athlete of the Week is multi-sport senior athlete Byron-Bergen's own Kendall Phillips. In an 11-3 season opening win over York, Phillips was the winning pitcher as she struck out 15 in the complete game effort, allowing 5 hits. She struck out the first 6 batters of the game while she also added a pair of hits at the plate. Phillips is a 3-time Genesee Region League All-Star. Last season, she struck out 205 in just 111 innings pitched, while she also hit .585 with 25 runs batted in and 25 stolen bases. Let's go now to a quick Q&A with our Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Ankle and Foot Care Centers of Western New York. That's Ankle and Foot Care Centers of Western New York. Hi, I'm Mark Tillery, Batavia Daily News media producer and your host for our Athlete of the Week segment. And I'm here with our Athlete of the Week, Byron-Bergen's multi-sport standout student athlete, Kendall Phillips. Kendall, welcome to the segment and congrats again on being awarded our Athlete of the Week honor.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure. And thanks for joining me. I mean, we're recording this at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Thursday, and obviously we're going to show it to everybody on a Saturday. So thank you for making the time in your day to join us.
Let's do it.
All right. So I love kicking it off with this one. Your favorite all-time athlete and inspiration?
So I would have to go with Monica Abbott. She is an All-American softball pitcher, and I'm a pitcher myself. So I actually got to meet her this winter at a camp. And so I got to learn some new things from her. And she's just got such a positive attitude and an optimistic personality. I just love it so much.
That's awesome. And that's definitely what we like to hear. Now, you're obviously a multi-sport athlete, including soccer, basketball, and of course, most recently softball. Where did your love for sports come from, and what is your favorite sport? I know you got a lot to choose from over here.
So I've been playing sports all my life. My parents helped me grow up with them. They always encouraged me to try different sports and just do my best at everything I do. And so I've just grown up playing all those different sports. And I have to say my favorite is softball.
Awesome. And I see you're doing great in softball. And that leads me to what has it meant to play sports at Byron-Bergen and rep the Bees the way you have? Because looking at these stats over here, we're going to talk about in just a few, you've definitely been representing them to the fullest.
Yes, I love playing sports at Byron-Bergen. It's just such a small school, such a tight-knit community, and everyone supports one another, which is so nice. Like you'll see all the different athletes and like students who aren't even athletes at all the different games and supporting one another, asking, oh, how did the game go the next day in the hallway? So just the support system has been just so nice to grow up with.
I love the camaraderie between the local schools and teams. And that's going to bring me to a surprise question I got at the end of the segment. You recently struck out 15 batters in your winning season opener over York, only allowing 5 hits, not to mention contributing on offense with a pair of hits of your own and more accolades before that, and I'm sure many more to come. What do you feel to date is your greatest athletic accomplishment?
Oh, goodness. So I would probably have to go with last year. I had a 20 strikeout game, and I got to be entered into the state record book for that. So that was a very exciting accomplishment for both me and my catcher and the whole team.
That's awesome. I love that you included the team. It's a team effort on that. Now, with those accomplishments come lifetime memories. The lifetime memories are born with that. What is your favorite athletic memory?
Oh, goodness, that's hard. I've got a couple. Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine.
Okay. So I would have to say celebrating with the team after that 20 strikeout win, just the energy was so up and it was awesome to celebrate with everyone. And then for soccer, our soccer team went to states the past 2 years in a row. So that was just such a wonderful memory that I'll have for the rest of my life. And then basketball, I had ACL meniscus surgery 2 years ago. So the first game I was able to play in last year, I believe it was, I came out and then I scored my very first 3-pointer I took. So that's something I'll remember forever.
So I love the fact that you came back from that. And I'm looking at your stats here. You've already created one heck of a list. I mean, we're talking Genesee Region League All-Star last season. You struck out 205 in just 111 innings pitched, while you also hit .585 with 25 runs batted in and 25 stolen bases. You reached some goals right there. Younger players are still dreaming of accomplishing, and players that before you didn't accomplish. And that's not a bad thing at all, because everybody works hard out there. You hit your own levels and what you do. What are some of the goals you wish to accomplish in the future?
So this year, senior year, I'm just really looking to end the year with a bang for softball. And then in the future, I am going to go to SUNY Brockport to study and special education. And I'm going to play softball there as well. So I'm very excited for that. And I just want to keep like helping out in the community, making a difference.
Now, you mentioned your teammates. Some of your favorite teammates to play with regardless of the sport?
So as a senior this year, I have some other senior teammates that I love playing with. So I've got to mention my catcher, Allie Ball. You know, we've been together since 7th grade. We've got this great dynamic. We're like a little senior duo over here. And then I've been playing up like JV varsity sports. So a lot of like my teammates have graduated throughout the years, but these younger athletes keep being produced. So it's just a lot of fun. I love the soccer team, the basketball team, the softball team. Honestly, every sport, it's just been such a family atmosphere. I couldn't ask for anything better.
That's great. That's great. And with your players and with your teammates come the coaches. I'm going to give a shout out to your mom, Amy, who's one of the assistants on the softball team. And that's awesome when we got the email from her. Now, which coaches have had the biggest impact on your athletic career and why?
This is a tricky one. So I would have to say Miss Laspina. She used to be a coach here for softball, but she moved on to Albion to a different job. But she believed in me when I was in 7th grade, pulled me up, and she really just helped encourage me to become the player I am today, as well as my travel softball coaches, Brian Merzak and Rich Stefaniak. They created a travel softball program from like Batavia and the Genesee region from scratch. So that really provided me the opportunity to go and play in the summer and just get better as an athlete. And I would have to say my parents too. They've coached me throughout the years and have always been a really big inspiration and my biggest supporters.
That's great to hear. And that's the thing. And we touched on this earlier. I love the fact that, back in my day, it was there was rival schools. There were schools you didn't talk to. And I've mentioned this on other segments. But it's like, you got these travel leagues, you got schools coming together in different ways to build each other up and make each other better. And that makes the competition better. And it makes people want to continue to play and pick up more players. So I think that's amazing. And with that being said, this is my bonus question we talked about. If you had to pick an athlete of the week, teammate, rival on the field, or just a great local talent who excels on and off the field, who would it be and why?
Goodness. Okay. I'm going to be honest, it might be a little biased, but I think my catcher, Allie Ball, she is just such a phenomenal athlete and catcher. She's been with me since 7th grade, even before that in rec ball. Like, we've just got this great dynamic. She's such a hard worker at practice. She's a senior captain along with me as well. And she works so hard at practice. She puts in the time outside of practice as well. She is helping the younger girls, pushing them, and she's a wall behind the plate. I couldn't ask for a better catcher.
Awesome. That's a great answer. Plus, it's one of your teammates, so that makes it even more special. Now, Kendall, I want to thank you for joining us. As always, we wish you the best of luck in your athletics and your academics, and congrats again on being our Athlete of the Week. Is there anything you'd like to close with or anyone you want to shout before we wrap?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me again. This is such an honor, and I really appreciate it.